All right, so what we also talked about is how listening affects the brain, okay? So ultimately we have, and this is out of that book called Just Listen as well, we have the three brain, we have three levels of brain, if you want to call it. The lower reptilian brain is a fight or flight part of your brain. This region of your brain is all about acting and reacting without a lot of thinking going on. It can also leave you frozen in a perceived crisis, the deer in the headlights response. So the fight or flight response is normally a serotonin kick in, which what tends to happen is like when we get scared, we get into the lower reptilian brain where we actually go into almost a survival mode. Now I am going somewhere with this, okay? I'm not here to talk to you about just psychology, the way the brain works or the physiology of the brain. What we're talking about right now is I'm going to lead you somewhere which makes a bit of sense. So the middle mammal brain is the seat of your emotions. We call it the inner drama queen. It's where powerful feelings, love, joy, sadness, anger, grief, jealousy, and pleasure will rise. Okay? The upper or primate brain is Star Trek's. Is the Star Trek's Mr. Spock type of brain. It's the part that weighs a solution logically and rationally and generates a conscious plan of action. This brain collects data from the reptile and mammal brain, sifts it, analyzes it, and makes a practical, smart, and ethical decision. This is the brain you want to talk to when you're actually in sales. Okay? We're not really interested in the lower reptile brain. That's going to be a fight and flight. That's going to be a responsive type of brain, a reactive side of the brain. We don't want to be talking about that. We don't want to talk to the middle brain either because that's a drama queen brain. Mind you, we want to be wrapping the emotional component around that. But when we're listening and when we're responding, we want to go to the logical brain, okay, which is the upper brain. See, when people get angry, they sit in the middle brain. You cannot actually reason with that because the emotions are way too high. The only way to reason with somebody is to get them into the upper brain, and the upper brain will actually let you talk about everything logically rather than emotionally, okay? And that becomes very, very important. So I'm going to retouch on this in a couple of seconds as we talk through, but understand this. When you have children or you're speaking to children, children are very egocentric. They can go from smiling to crying to smiling within a matter of seconds. Majority of the times they're very much in their emotional brain because they don't know how to articulate themselves very well. So to actually reason sometimes can be a bit of a challenge. As we get older, we actually start to understand how to use our logical brain. So in order to use the logical component of our brain, we also know that is the best type of ethical decisions to make. So when we're talking to somebody, even though we want to stir their emotional components, what we ultimately do is justify within their logical brain. So the listening is very important, that when you're repeating something, is repeating in a logical manner, that it's going to attract to them a lot more quicker and easier than just going down the path of just being too overexcited about something. So remaining calm and showing them a logical argument on the listening that you've done and presenting it in that simple format is really going to make it so much easier. So how does this sort of work? So again, let's have a look at somebody buying a piece of clothing. And the first thing if you want to ask them is, rather than say, wow, that looks great, because remember, we want to be careful of that emotional component, we want to say, how does that feel on you? It's a very logical question. Think of the questions that you want to ask your customers. How does that feel? What do you think about this solution? Would this help you further? Can you see how this could save you money? You see, they're all logical questions. They're all appealing to the upper brain, where there needs to be a bit of analysis. And then, you said that what was really important for you was the color to look right, the fit to look right. What do you think? Have we achieved that in this product? Yes, you have. The fit looks great. I'm really happy with it. See, the upper brain is helping take the emotional components and really bring out and spit out a logical argument and answer for them. So that's how listening can affect the brain. But when you actually talk to the upper brain, but you listen to the emotional reasons as well. Okay.